Hello, and welcome to the Disc Dungeon, where we put you on to musics and melodies in the deepest, darkest dungeons of your computer disc. I'm your co-host, Joe Dove, and with me as always,
Julian Valencia. And if there's one thing we love talking about, it's music.
welcome to the Disc Dungeon.
Welcome to the Disc Dungeon.
Oh.
Hey guys, so as you guys know, we're live right now and we're listening to our intro music.
And this is what happens every time that you arrive to the Disc Dungeon.
And if you don't watch the edited version, then you just will never hear this music.
Yep. Oh, you mean download the podcast.
Download the podcast. That never gets old.
That doesn't. I really enjoy doing that.
Me too.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
So after a short hiatus.
Yeah. Short Julian hiatus.
Short Julian hiatus.
Yes, for those that are wondering, what do you mean by that, Joe Dove?
Joe Dove.
Joe Dove partook in a special Across the Pond edition of the Disc Dungeon with none other than fellow Audios, right?
That's right. That's right. He's the third leg to not Aquios, not Adios.
Yes.
Audios. A production company where we spend a lot of time in artist development and music production. So if you are out there and you want music for yourself.
In the chat room, we have the illustrious AJ Orsini, who says the Disc motherfucking Dungeon.
Oh, this is the Disc motherfucking Dungeon.
Oh, yeah. You know it.
That's right. Mm-hmm. But as I was saying, for all your musical production needs,
you guys should definitely check out
at Made by Audios.
Made by Audios. These guys are quite amazing. They've done magical things with keys. No tricks, just magical things with keys.
Magical things with keys.
Magical things.
Cool. Well, guys.
This is a special day because it is
Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually didn't plan the red.
No.
I didn't at all.
Yeah, you said that.
And
it just worked out that
and
way.
I just realized that I'm wearing red on Valentine's Day, so I'm a very, very corny person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cornball.
I don't even try and I'm corny.
Well, I have a balloon. I am now officially calling myself set designer.
Set designer. It's got a nice ring to it.
Yeah, it does. So if you're hiring for a set designer, call Joe Dove. Set designer. It's interesting. We're now doing a new. Oh man, look at that pudge. Let me straighten up there. So we're gonna just hop into it.
That's right. This week's episode is called Love Interlude.
Love Interlude, and that's because we have put each other onto some musics unknowingly for Valentine's Day, because last week, as we said, I was with Joelle by Audios, and Joelle and I discussed the Who, and in doing so, we did our first podcast, which means there was no live video last week, and we apologize for those that you were waiting with bated breath to see the handsome face of these two gentlemen. So we are super excited to bring to you the episode X, Love Interlude.
Cool. So as always, we're going to start with Let Me Put You On.
Let me put you on.
All right. So last week, my recommendation to Sir Joe's a lot was And the Battle Begun by RX Bandits. Yes.
Yes.
They used to be called Pharmaceutical Bandits.
Yeah, I was just going to get into that.
Oh, my God.
Look at that. We took notes.
Okay,
yeah,
here we go.
We're professionals.
Here we go. Take it away, Joe.
All right. The RX Bandits, formerly Pharmaceutical Bandits, are an American four-piece band based in Seal Beach, California. The band was formed in 1995 in Orange County, California. So big up to Cali.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. They have appeared on Vans Warped Tour at the Bonnaroo Music Festival and Arts, Coachella Valley and Arts Festival, and Bamboozle. They started out as the Pharmaceutical Bandits, as we mentioned before, participating in the third wave ska revival of the 90s. And now, folks that aren't familiar with ska, it's actually
lots of horns, lots of the same guitar.
Yeah. And that's one thing that bugged me about ska. It's like, wait a minute, is this the same song? Like when I was doing my notes, like, wait, is that that song? No, that was the other song. Believe it or not. So ska got pretty popular in the 90s because of No Doubt.
Oh, No Doubt.
You remember that?
Yes, you actually did mention that. I remember that.
Yeah. So that's how most people may have known ska. I was introduced to ska at a much younger age, listening to Annette Funicello and all the surfer music from, I think, the 60s. No, I was not born in the 60s, though I did listen to the music in the 80s when I was a young boy. So I am quite familiar with the skas. Anyway, also the Police did a little ska music, Mustango, as a homage to ska. So that's a fun album, fun song. Anyway, back to this band that I listened to. They released in 1997 Those Damn Bandits, which with featured guest artist appearances by Jimmy the Robot, Aquabats, Chris Colonier of the Jeffries Fan Club, and the Forces of Evil. Noting the Bandits' potential, a Los Angeles Times review artist said that this album now comes the young talented ska band, the Pharmaceutical Bandits. It would be okay with me if the Grinch spared them, but swiped their ska records and left it on a shelf with The Who, The Clash, Bob Marley, Elvis Costello, and Neil Young. So that is extremely high praise for any reviewer, because those are monumentous names.
I mean, I'll let you keep going because I already know how amazing this band is. So,
all right. So that is a little bit about RX Bandits. So an interesting thing to mention that this is another band that you put me onto that existed in the time that I was running around back and forth to Sam Goody. And I'm quite, again, like Jeff Buckley, shocked that I didn't know this band.
I'm just trying to show you that my musical taste spans generations.
Decades. It's like me listening to Annette Funicello and like, wait, nobody was alive in the 60s.
Yeah, right.
I gotta say, I dug this music. I didn't connect with the band like I did with Jeff Buckley right away. I had to listen to the album a couple of times, but I did like it. And like I said, I was shocked I didn't come across this band. I used to walk from my house in Mount Vernon all the way to Cross County because that was the closest Sam Goody without taking the hour-and-a-half bus ride. So I'm just really shocked that I never came across this because all the guys that I was listening to, like Dave Matthews and even Elvis Costello and a few of the aforementioned bands, had been on my radar, and I would always listen to stuff like that because I kind of dug ska. I was a No Doubt fan at the time, and, I just shocked that I didn't pick these guys up. So thank you once again for putting me on to music that I enjoy. Anyway, and I got to mention before we go further, this album artwork was dope.
Oh, yeah. For those of you, again, And the Battle Begun.
And the Battle Begun.
By RX Bandits. Just look up the art. Just look up the cover art. If that is not enough to engage you to just give it a listen, then you're blind.
So that was a very interesting thing. And it's this is the beauty of our gathering and discussion in the disc dungeon in the darkness, even though we got lights on. Anyway, and it also shocks me that you don't like Dave Matthews, as some of our early discussions, because there's a lot of like similarities between the two bands. They have this like massive outplay of guitar, horns, violin, drums, and that long stretch vocals. Like Dave, very similar in production. So I'm surprised that you're like, nah, I'm good. I know I can understand because like they're a lot high tempo in comparison, and it's probably a better flavor for you because they're way faster paced than Dave Matthews, and I think that's probably what it is.
Maybe.
All right, so how did I like the album? I enjoyed it.
Yes.
Yeah. So all that for it was good.
Yeah, all that for him to drop the mic on me. You would do that too.
Yeah, I'm a wild man. If you haven't figured it out from like 2 episodes ago. So the big standout to me on this album are In Her Drawer and 1980. Woo, 80 baby. 80s baby right here. And then my favorite song on this whole album was Only for the Night.
Only for the night. That's the banger right there.
Yeah, that is a banging song.
Only for the night.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice little love one, for our Valentines folks that are listening to this thinking they're getting a Valentine's Day mix.
Well,
love you.
I mean, if your Valentine's is kind of like mine, I really hope the person who was my Valentine's is not watching this. But if your Valentine's is like mine, it may just be for the night. And that's an interesting topic because...
Yeah, that's true.
Because
only for the night.
There's this quote out there, and I'll wrap it up quickly. It's just, stop looking for lifetimes in people who are just there for the moment.
Yeah.
And it's such a powerful line because we do create these fantasies in our head about how these people are going to be in our life and how they're going to integrate and how special they're going to be, when sometimes, honestly, you end up losing the essence of that moment. That's all you're going to get. You end up losing the essence of it because you're so wrapped up in the story that you're creating.
Or as my mom would say, just hit it and quit it.
Your mom is dope.
Yeah, my mom's a gangster.
Just hit it and quit it.
Yeah. So I really enjoy this album. The problem with ska music is it gives you an inkling of something that you've heard before. You know what I mean?
Like reggae.
Yeah, like reggae. It may at least I do this, compare it with something that you really like, and it ranks and files in the high and lows for the track because you're constantly comparing it against the giants that you love. So I don't know if you've ever experienced that where you're like, okay, here's some new music, buddy. Check it out. And then you're like, all right, who does this like? Okay, this is like the Rolling Stones, The Who, and Led Zeppelin. Oh, my God. Wow. Okay. So automatically, if you're going to mention those giants, they better be that amazing and be on par with that. Like everything's got to, each song's got to leave you with lyrically and keely, like that. Keely. It's got to leave you with such magnitude that you're like, okay, these guys are equally as amazing. And I wasn't disappointed. I will say that. This I definitely like those songs. I heard the album a couple of times. I went back to Jeff Buckley, but then I heard this album again. I earlier say Jeff Buckley really made a difference in stuff that's been going on. Yeah. So to a layman's ear, ska music might all sound the same, but to trained gentlemen's like ourselves, some music connoisseurs, of course, this duo hears with a trained ear. We know the difference, and the differentiation between the lyrics and the sounds makes for one to enjoy such good music.
Okay, we get it. You really liked it.
It was good. It was good. The only thing that bugged me was like the very beginning. I thought this was like a boy band, like a Backstreet Boys, because at first, like the interlude in the beginning, I was like, "What the frig?"
Yeah, the interlude is
where's the horn?
The interlude is him and his band basically just repeating the same line, but they're coming in at different times in the song. And so the way that they did it is that it sounds like they're clashing as they're all singing this 4-part harmony, and then at the end it all comes together to create this beautiful harmony that then the album starts from. Which actually is a good. I don't know if you got a little more to say about RX Bandits?
Just about the end. The last thing that tripped me out about this was it's constantly fast paced as ska music is, and then the song Epoch's Lips just dropped. So everything was like, your favorite taco days happened. Your mom said, "Hey, we're gonna have tacos today," and then all of a sudden, there's a 12-year-old like, "Yeah, that's what ska is." You're like, "Yeah, tacos," and then the band music is playing. You're like excited, and every song on the album does that, and you're like, "Yay, tacos!" And then all of a sudden, this went depression. And you're like, "What
beats?
Beats? What just happened?" Yeah, we're gonna have spinach tacos. Ooh, what just happened?
No.
So, and that's kind of wild. And it was like all the drugs had wore off. All the uppers came off of in the latter half of the album. And, drugs are bad, kid. So eat tacos. If I had to rate this, because I know you wanted to start doing ratings, I would give it a 7 out of 10.
7. Seems like we're living at 7 a little bit.
7's a great place. 7's in heaven.
7 seems kind of. It seems a little safe, actually.
No. Because I mean, the only reason why it wasn't an 8 is because it was all the sound, the ska-ness.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right, so I gave you an interlude music.
Well, the reason, the way I want to connect into what you put me on to that last week, which was AltJ is the band,
yes,
and This Is All Yours is the album, is the fact that the first song on This Is All Yours is a similar. It's not people just singing these harmonies a cappella, but it's an a cappella take.
Yeah.
So I found that very interesting that we suggested albums to each other, and they both obviously different type of music, but they start the same way,
right?
Where the instrumental and the big sound comes on the second song.
Yeah.
So that was just something to note.
Pretty cool though.
Yeah, pretty cool.
It's an uncanny coincidence.
I've never heard AltJ before.
No,
I gotta say, I hear a lot of influences of music that I do like.
Yeah.
So we start.
Spiritual.
Huh?
A lot of spiritualness in them.
Spiritualness.
Yeah.
Last week we talked about Jeff Buckley. This band definitely was influenced by Jeff Buckley. I'll tell you that right now. I'll put my money on it.
Yeah,
I'll put my money that they listened to Jeff Buckley.
At least once.
There was a song where they literally say hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. And not only they're saying hallelujah, the way they're playing the guitar and the melodies that they're choosing, very Jeff Buckley. Again, Jeff Buckley.
Yeah,
Check him
I
out.
highly recommend Jeff Buckley.
Only one album. He died after. So
sucks.
It's the way the world. It's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
There was a song called "Every Other Freckle."
I've got every other freckle.
Sexy song.
Very
sexy song.
It's a sex song.
And then the sixth line, he comes in and this is like so in music, I love when music plays with your senses, right? And all of a sudden he stops and he says this line. He says, "Turn you inside out and lick you like a crisp packet."
Yeah.
And I was like, honestly, I want to be the one being licked like a crisp packet. Like, what does that mean?
It's deep.
Like, I'm about to get licked right now and it's about to feel
amazing.
Crispy.
Yeah. It's going to all fold in together and fit you right. Now, here's an interesting fact about that before you continue. I just want to interject really quickly, and I'll keep it brief, unlike the rest of the things I've been saying. But this song has 2 versions on YouTube, and there's not really much musically that's changed, but the videos themselves have changed, and they're both very sensual. And the differences between the song is there's a boy version and a girl version. And the boy version, there's a lot of up closeness with, a boy, and then the girl version is an up closeness with the girl. And it's supposed to be the visual perspective of each boy or girl. So if you come to this song thinking, oh, he's singing this about a boy, nope. We have another version where I'm singing this as the girl's perspective. So just a little fun note.
Interesting. Where would one find that?
You would find that on our YouTube channel. I'm going to lick both versions.
I mean, it's Valentine's Day, so
it is.
I'm
going to be doing a lot of... No.
I mean, if you're watching the edited version,
that's probably not going to be there.
You don't see the faces that we just made.
Well, the ones that he made, I'm just like.
And
whatever.
If you're watching the live version, by the way, thank you for that like.
Yeah, appreciate it.
We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you for these 2 concurrent viewers that are watching.
You guys
us
haven't
right
left. We had
4.
4?
We had 4 at one point, and 2 of you left. Maybe I said something to offend some of you.
It's probably me. I'm vulgar.
Actually, it might have been me.
Oh, okay. That'll be for.
But that's for us to know and for you not to know.
Yeah.
So going from that line that I was talking about, turn you inside out and lick you like a crisp packet, I realized that they do that a lot in their music. When I was listening to the songs, they're very in tune. They're very good songwriters.
Absolutely.
They're in tune with what's gonna make your ears perk, and
time for the percolator.
That really resonates with me because when I write music, I definitely want to do that. I want you to feel it. I want you to taste it. I want you to see it, smell it, feel it. So I enjoyed that. Left Hand Free.
That is my favorite.
In my notes, I literally wrote, Left Hand Free is a bop. And it is. The way it starts, it's just got a really cool groove. It's like folky, it's rocky.
It's folky, but a little bluesy.
Yeah, a little bluesy. Something better than that.
Yeah.
But it's really good.
With your left hand free. Ooh.
And that can mean so many things too.
Yeah.
See, and I like that as well too. I like when music, the story may be going somewhere, they may be pushing you somewhere, but it's so open-ended that you're just kind of able to take the meaning of the song wherever you want to go.
Yep.
Tons of harmonies. I like that they're just constantly harmonizing each other and creating these beautiful melodies. And just my last note is that the lead singer's voice is really good. He actually reminds me a little bit of Jeff Buckley. Like,
he's got a good range.
Yeah, I would say the range is a little different, but it's good. And it's not even about the range. It's about the texture of his voice, the timbre of his voice, if we're being technical.
Yeah.
So yeah, all in all, I liked it. I didn't like enough songs on actually, I'd be lying if I said this.
Uh-oh. Don't lie. You're in the dungeon.
But if I'm in the dungeon, that's where I can lie.
Well, that's where you lie.
Anyways,
but you don't lie.
I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10.
Oh, ouch! Because it wasn't enough consistent.
Because you gave my album a 7 out of 10. So I had to lowball you. That's it. That's the only reason.
Wow. Sorry, AltJ. We got a vindictive mofo.
But it's a good album, and please listen to Left Hand Free and
Every Other Freckle.
Yeah. They go back to
listen to the Gospel of John Hurt.
If John Hurt.
Yeah, the Gospel of John Hurt is a fun song. It's very slow, so don't expect any ska upbeats. Okay, there's going to be no tacos tonight. But
Taco.
but the reason why I say the Ballad of John Hurt, I'm a music buff. I love music and I love different things, but I'm also a movie fanatic. I love especially John Hurt's movies. I've watched a ton of his movies. He's an excellent actor, and he is also from the same area as our brother across the pond in the United Kingdom, same as this band.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, so there's like a correlation. A lot of their stuff seems to be movie influence, and it's also funny that they had did this Ballad of John Hurt, and there's references to chest bursts like John Hurt, because he was the guy that, if you ever saw the movie Alien, where the alien bursts out of his chest. Spoiler if you never saw Alien. But yeah, that's the actor John Hurt. So AltJ is an English indie rock band formed in 2007 in Leeds by Joe Newman, Thom Sonny Green, Gus Unger Hamilton, and Gil Sansbury. The band's debut album, An Awesome Wave, was released in 2012 in Europe and in September 2012 in the United States. They also won the British Mercury Prize. Congratulations to them. And that's the first section of our show.
In our next section, as always, is Music Saved My Life.
Music makes me save my life.
We're gonna make that happen.
Yeah, one day.
And so, you know, when I was thinking about this section, I thought to myself about the time period of when I was listening to RX Bandits. With Joel, actually.
Oh,
with Joel and I worked together. That's how we met. We worked Sprint.
Shit!
And it was a third.
Sprint. Wait. When did you work with them at Sprint?
Third party retailer. This was from 2010.
Oh my god!
To 2012, 2013.
When the Galleria in White Plains. Wait, so
yeah,
I probably know you from then because I used to work in the Galleria.
Where did you work?
I worked at Hallmark.
Oh my god!
Where his wife worked.
Yeah, we're more than just working happened. If you remember clearly.
Oh yeah, that's right. We'll leave that alone,
Joel. Sorry, Joel.
Yeah, it was one of the dudes that used to go to Journeys all the time, like because I had left Hallmark and worked at 9 West.
Yeah,
and I used to pop up there. Wow, small world. We were basically destined to be co-hosts of this show.
that's. I mean, it is a small world, man.
Yeah,
I mean, just don't burn bridges.
No, never. I was always a good dude.
But so I was big on RX Bandits. I got Joel listening to them. He was really into them. And one day I was like, yo, let's go to this show at Irving Plaza. They're playing at Irving Plaza. When I tell you, we could literally phone Joel right now and ask him, what is the best concert you've ever been to? And Joel's been to a lot of concerts.
Yeah, more than me.
A lot of big names, a lot of mainstream names. Paul McCartney, he's been to everything. And he still says to this day, the best concert he's ever been to was his little band from California in Irving Plaza, which is not a crazy huge venue. It's big. It's not a crazy huge plaza venue. Oh my God, when I tell you, man, the vibes, the feeling, the love that was being transmitted from the crowd to the band, from the singer to the crowd, it was amazing, man. You know, it was one of those moments where you could literally just cry, and it's just because you're so happy that you're experiencing this. And I was able to experience it with Joel, who's my brother, you know, and it was during this time in my life where, you know, I was experiencing a lot of new things. I was doing a lot of new things, a lot of different stimulus, a lot of just things were changing, you know, and you know, I hold this period of my time very very high, and it's very vivid in my imagination. And the RX Bandits, with this progressive ska punk influence, that was me wrapped up in a bubble, man. I was just this ball. I still am, but I was just this ball of energy filled with resentment and anger and sadness. And this band just allowed me, those 3-4 minutes of peace.
Sounds like, typical youth.
Angst,
yeah. Yeah, and it, that's like I was saying as jokingly earlier, that's the music that you hear in your head when you're a teenager because mom told you that it's Taco Tuesday. But when No Doubt came out, that song "Don't Speak," that was when I got my first high school rejection when I approached a girl I liked. And I was like, better I just don't speak, that type of thing. So I found that to be, thank you for the other like. So that's always fun to see. You're more than welcome to join us in the chat. Make sure that those of you that are listening to this on podcast only, we have a good steady flow of about 35 people that listen to every episode. So I'm super excited for all 35 of you, and I appreciate every single one of you.
And we have 3 concurrent viewers now, which is awesome. But if you're listening to this, you don't want to hear this. So
we're going to keep that short.
We're going to stop.
And I'm always plugging the YouTubes because I want you to go back and listen to the music that we listen to.
Yep.
Because we link it down below.
But let me put you on.
Put me on. Yeah, I'm ready.
So, going with the theme of this, of these young years, there's a band called Brand New.
Okay.
I don't know if you might have you heard of them before?
No.
Okay. Brand New is an intense band. Yeah, they're punk rock. It's I guess pop punk. It's just this new wave of punk that came in the 2000s.
Okay.
And the name of the album is "The Devil and God Are Raging Inside of Me."
Interesting. It's that angst that you were just talking about.
And it's angsty.
Yeah.
But again, just we're in the dungeon and the mask is off.
Mask off.
Mask off.
Molly Percocet.
Yeah.
Molly.
I'm here to show you who I really am, and and a lot of this music describes my emotional states during these times.
Sounds good. This week I ended up listening to Jeff Buckley because not everything is so rosy and bright. Everything, I really like my job, my home life is great, but some of the relatives are going through some things right now, and that's been kind of rough. So I've been listening to a lot of music that represents some of that roughness. And I'm actually was popping between Jeff and AltJ, ironically. So I found that to be pretty interesting that this kind of just comes back. But do you know, I am, who am I? I know you don't because the look on your face.
I am, who am I? No.
Yeah. All right, so I am, who am I is all right, so this is going to piss off the Beehive. I don't know if you're familiar with them, and that's the Beyonce tropes. But for whatever reason, people believed that Beyonce was the first one to do a visual album. That's not true. I mean, Michael Jackson technically was, or maybe even the Beatles because they had Yellow Submarine or Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
I remember
something like that, yeah. But I actually attribute it to Joanna Lee, who's I am, who am I? And she had this super cool art drip album that basically it's a cosmic type of thing because she basically brings you into another universe. And visually, when you watch it on YouTube, you are transposed into the universe with her. And you're seeing this imagery that goes along with all the music that she's producing. And I really want you to start you off. Now, I started off with the second album, and I want you to go on that second album journey. So it's I am, who am I?
I am.
I am. Am I, who am I?
I am.
I am, who am I?
Mm-hmm. And who's this part?
But it's spaced out. It's not spaced out. It's all one.
Okay.
And that's the name of the person. It's I am I, who am I?
Okay, so you're confusing me right now.
She's confusing. She does that. She's very good at it.
Who am I?
It's I am.
Mm-hmm.
Am I?
Mm-hmm. I am.
Look.
I am. So I am mommy.
I am mommy.
I am mommy.
I am mommy.
Who am I? So that's the name of the artist.
The person, right?
Okay.
Now, Bounty is their first album, but this I'm going to have to link you this one because her second album, they're all broken up into words. It was Goods, Idle Talk, Kill. One of them's a little bit funky. One of them's a little bit super techno. It's a musical experience, and to see it, I think it would be even better. And it's kind of cool that we're jumping into the discs to get to this point because of that. Because of that opportunity that we have with the modern age and YouTube, we're able to listen to music visually. So this is going to be a very cool experience for you because it was for me when I first heard her. And, you know, the music's not all 100% happy like a ska band is, but it's definitely transphobic.
Okay.
Oh, not transphobic, transcendent.
Transcendent.
Yeah. We like trans people. They're cool.
I like all people.
Yep. So yeah, check that out. Bounty's the first album, but I'm going to link you to the second album. And if you ever look up, this is a weird thing about her. If you ever look up her music on like iTunes to download it, it's not an album. It's like in pieces. Her first album was Blue. You know, that was the first time that she just did an album. Okay, here's an album, and it's pretty cool. And she's continuing on. She switched from I Am, Who Am I to Joanna Lee, which is her real name. So
got it.
Yeah, it's a very wild experience. And
so she matured.
Yes.
In quotations, because I hate when people say that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I evolved myself.
Evolved. That's a better word. Yeah. Yes. She evolved.
I've never actually been on my own channel as me. I've always been something else.
Oh, this is right.
Yeah. So that's a pretty fun experience. All right. We're going up to my favorite part.
Behind the beat.
Behind the beat.
So, guys, this week was 2 weeks, actually, because last week I wasn't here. So it's a bunch of things that I'd like to talk about. First off, there was a lot of cancellations this week.
Oh, I hate that.
I've had 3 canceled sessions this week.
Yeah.
And I guess the reason why I want to bring that up is because...
Stop canceling?
I mean, that would in an ideal world, but we don't live in an ideal world.
Nope.
And it really comes with the territory. You know, the more and more like I'm booked pretty much a month now in advance. You know, I'm booking artists as much as I can. And let's say I meet 20 artists, or I book 20 sessions during, or let's just say more realistically 25 sessions during a month. Mm-hmm. Out of those 25 sessions, probably about 10 sessions are going to cancel.
Oh.
You know? Yeah.
Well, that's why you got to double book.
Well, I'm not doing that, and I do that out of respect because, you know, I don't want to waste people's time.
Yeah.
So, and at the end of the day, it works out because if a session cancels, I always have material of mine to work on. So it's, you know, it's kind of, I'm here already. It's a win-win. But what I want to talk about is the people who do not have the courtesy to cancel. Some people just ghost.
Oh, wow.
Some people just wait until you call them, and I'm very on top of that. So I'm like, I'm the morning of, are we confirmed? You coming through? Okay, cool. Cancel before this amount of time. You know, I give people a 6-hour window.
Wow.
It's still nothing. You know, you go to most places and you get a 24-hour window, right? So for me, you get a 6-hour window, and that's really it, man. I mean, that's all you have to do. And at the end of the day, it just comes down to if you don't respect that boundary, I just can't book you anymore. And it's happened. Yeah. And it keeps happening, and that's fine because there's a lot of artists out there that are seeking for the opportunity that we are giving.
Yeah, we can replace your ass in 20 minutes.
Probably sooner than that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to work my way backwards. Yesterday, I had a writing session with these 2 lovely ladies and Henry, which is my partner.
Cool.
So Patricia was the artist. Suemi was she's an artist as well, but she was in this session to just accompany. She's a great writer, so she was just there to add her input and help in the writing session. Mm-hmm. And Henry was making the beats. And it was an interesting, I guess just what I want to comment about this, it was just an interesting dynamic because we let Henry completely focused on the beat, which usually I'm very involved in the instrumental. And in this session, I was not. I was not touching the instrumental at all. I was focusing my energy with Sue, Emmy, and with Patricia on the lyrics of the song. And it was wonderful, man. It's really a testament to the fact that, you know, you can be a great songwriter on your own. Nobody, I don't think anybody will ever take anything away from my songwriting. But when I collaborate with people, it's just it's a whole nother level, man. It's two heads think better than one. It's all these cliches that people say. Yes, it works, especially when you have the right chemistry, when you have the people who are willing to, who want to input, but who have flexibility to take ideas, who can take criticism, who can give an idea and be okay if that idea is not used. It's at the end of the day, it's the best for the song. That's what we're looking for. We're looking to make the best song. We're not looking to see, you know, to make sure everybody has equal input. Some, you know, a lot of times it doesn't work out that way. But that was a beautiful session. We wrote a lot and everything was meaningful. And it's in preliminary stages, so, you know, you're not going to hear any of that. So just keep in tune. Stay rocking with us. This music will be out eventually.
I can't wait to hear more of the music.
Yeah.
If you haven't heard the intro, I highly recommend you come back to hear the intro, because that was
made by me.
That was made by Audios. Oh, stereo.
Hey. Audios. Hung me up like a rose. Did we talk about this last week?
A little bit. No, not last week, because we didn't have it. Was with.
Yeah, but I think we spoke about this in person.
Yeah.
So the reason why I want to bring this up now is because it's Valentine's Day, right?
Yes, it is.
And this song, I'm working on the song with Raquel Rivera, Rock, whatever. She goes by many acronyms and nicknames and surnames, but this was so interesting. She came in, she was super prepared. She had so many things written, and I'm the type of artist, I'm the type of composer that all I need is that spark. All I need is that one line that I need you to just explain to me something very deep or something very powerful that happened to you, and I run with it. And she came in, and she started talking about how in her past relationship, she was with a guy who had hung her up like a rose.
Oh.
And I asked her, what does that mean to you? And she said, well, you know, when you hang up a rose, you do that in order to preserve it.
Oh.
So he was preserving this image of me who I wasn't anymore. Oh my God. Do you understand, like, wow, the avenues, the different ways that I was able to go with that? The imagery behind it, it can be light, it can be dark. It was so much, and because of that, because she offered such a vivid line, such vivid imagery, I was able to help her write the song in its entirety, almost in one session.
Wow!
Beat, lyrics, melody, everything in a 3-4 hour session. So, just beautiful. Free sessions are ending.
Good.
At the end of this month, for 4 months, we've been giving artists the opportunity. I'm sorry, I'm having a little problem here.
You want to go get some water? I can cover.
We've been giving artists the room, the opportunity to come to the studio and record a vocal, make a beat, write a song, whatever they wanted to do within their 3 hours, they could, completely free. And so, oh, this sucks. I'm having a little throat issue right now.
It's every other tickle.
And we did this for 4 months. Mm-hmm. The end of February being the last of it. And it was a great experiment. It allowed us to connect with a lot of artists. But it's unfortunately and fortunately coming to an end.
All good things must come to an end, my friend.
Starting in March, we will be charging. My rates will be up on Instagram. If you're somebody listening and you're interested, just, we'll be broadcasting the rates and what they look like.
Now is your chance to sing, folks.
Yeah, but we're coming at it from a very competitive standpoint. We want to make money, but we understand the struggles out there.
Struggle's real.
again, at Made by Audios. That's where you'll be able to check out this music. That's where you'll be able to check out the prices. I think this is going to bring us to our last and final section.
Oh.
What is this called?
We bring you tricks of the keys.
So we have two options today. So I'm just going to let you choose whichever one you want to talk about today. Because we have two. Whichever one we don't talk about today, we'll use for next week.
You want to flip a coin? Do like they did in the Democratic caucus?
Oh my God! You had to bring it there. No politics here, guys.
No politics.
No politics. No. You should go. You're prepared with yours. So let's do that.
So those of you that know me, Joe Dove, are fully aware of my love and deep affection for the female voice. One such female is none other than the illustrious Sarah McLachlan. Now, I found out about Sarah McLachlan through those sad dog videos. In the eyes of... like that shit. So she had... And I know this is Valentine's Day, so this is going to be a real double trick of the... third like, thank you, whoever. A double trick of the keys, because this one flipped me out. So I'm a big Sarah McLachlan fan. I found Sarah McLachlan through Delirium in 1999 or 98 when I worked at a movie theater. And I was big into Delirium because when I walked to work from my home, there was nothing but trees all around. So it was a very, serene setting, and it set up the whole journey to work. And in 1993, she had a song called Possession, which was written by Sarah McLachlan after she received several threatening letters from a deranged stalker. Just a side note, I'm not a deranged stalker, even though 3 of the songs that I have brought up in the Tricks of the Keys involve stalking. But, and hopefully no one ever stalks me. That is a frightening thing.
Guys, I'm currently at 115 West 18.
Don't give them your location. I don't want them to stalk us. So are you familiar with Sarah McLachlan?
No.
Not even the ASPCA commercials?
That's when In the Arms of the Angel. Yes. I mean, everybody knows that song. I just don't know it by name, and I don't know who the artist was.
Yeah, that's Sarah McLachlan. That's called Angel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very unique.
Yep. Very different. Anyway, the lyrics tell of the obsessed fan who gets to extreme lengths to be with his object of desire. While most of the lines are not that sinister by themselves, which is why people don't really get that deeper meaning, that trick of the key. Most of Sarah McLachlan songs almost sound like that's something that should be playing in a funeral home. Think about it. That's always the ASPCA. Adopt these dogs. They're going to get euthanized. It's a doggy funeral home,
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay. So, I'm a big animal lover too, so... I understand. I think that's important that we get dogs homes. And
Cherry,
my godfather actually had done that. He adopted 20 dogs, and I always said, "Do you like Sarah McLachlan?" Just to see if he got it, but he didn't get it. Anyway, the chorus does contain a lyric that suggests that the man that was stalking her intended to kill her. Yeah, by suffocating or strangling her. The choice lyrics that I'm talking about. Kiss you so hard, I'll take your breath away. And after I wipe the tears away, just close your eyes, dear.
That is creepy.
Isn't that creepy? I love that. It's such a good trick of the key because
the song itself, you're just like, oh my God, the puppies.
Well, I mean, it's not the same song, but it's more or less the same. Sarah McLachlan is very monotone, like almost like Enya.
Like you know what you're gonna get, but it's always good.
Yeah. And then to hear that this was actually about like attempted murder, it's like, oh, what? Throws you off. It's like, oh, he wants to kiss me so hard, he wants to smother me, and then when I die and tears come out, he'll wipe them away. Ooh.
Yeah, that's intense.
I gotta give big ups to Sarah McLachlan, man. She's always got you in that good old mood when you just want to go to bed.
When you just want to go to bed.
Yeah, it puts you in that calm, spiritual moment.
So I think only a creepy person would fight. He's like, wait, no, that's not what I meant.
I'm just saying.
Nah, he's actually, this guy right here he's a big teddy bear.
Yeah.
He's a huge teddy bear. Yeah, let me see if I can.
He's like,
all right, guys. Well, we had a lot of fun.
Oh, this was a great episode.
We went. We're at about 45 minutes now, and if you're still here with us, we really appreciate you.
4, yeah, I appreciate every one of you.
Everybody here, you're all part of something that we believe is going to be very big, and on top of that, it really doesn't matter because we come in here, we have fun. This is it's kind of a release for us. So
yeah, and happy Valentines to each all and every one of you. The 4 of you are my Valentine.
Or for those of you who say fuck Valentines, we
welcome you.
We welcome you too. All right. So as always, I'm Julian Valencia,
and I'm Joe Dove. Take care, friends. Did you stop live streaming? No? Oh, they called the whole dance.